Michael Rhodes smoked cigarettes for 50 years, got lung cancer, and died. We all know what happened here. We also all know this death. Everybody in this room knows somebody who has fought the same battle and died. This agonizing, brutal, excruciating. But emotion has no play here. Michael Rhodes was 11 years old when he started smoking. It was 1948. At that time, there was no known risk. And even if there were, at 11, he certainly lacked the capacity to assume it. And after that, he was addicted. They manufacture them to be addictive. In just the last few years, they've increased the amount of nicotine in the average cigarette by 11.6% to make them even more addictive. Recently, we learned that tobacco companies have been adding an ammonia-based compound to cigarettes for years to increase absorption of nicotine. It's basically the same principle used in crack cocaine. And let's look at the obscene strategy they've employed here. Smoking may cause cancer, but it didn't cause this particular cancer. It wasn't our cigarettes, or it was genetic, or asbestos, or a paper mill. Never did they take responsibility, ever. And God forbid, if you sue them, they'll bury you, and your lawyer. They might even depose your doctor to death for good measure. All their insidious methods and cunning corporate tactics aren't just history. It's what they continue to do now, today. Because the tobacco industry is like a nest of cockroaches. They will always find a way to survive.
Objection.
They still go after kids with one strategy after another. They put up brightly colored ads at kids' eye level in convenience stores. They hire gorgeous 20-somethings to frequent popular venues and seduce young adults into attending lavish corporate-sponsored parties. Cockroaches will always find a way. They can't advertise on TV, but they've hired PR agencies to hook them up with the film industry, and it's worked. Researchers estimate that smoking in movies delivers nearly 400,000 new adolescent smokers every year. Every time you try to kill the cockroach, it finds another way. It has to, because when you make a product that kills off your consumers, you have to find a way to recruit new customers. They've now got a new feminized version of the macho Camel brand, using slogans like light and luscious, with hot pink packaging. Virginia Slims advertised their thin cigarette. Allure magazine did a whole spread on the cigarette diet. They use social and psychological profiling, targeting potential smokers by gender, ethnicity, sexual preference, socioeconomic groups. Cockroaches don't discriminate. Their CEO comes into this courtroom gloating over their anti-smoking campaign, which is designed to get kids to smoke. In 2005, they spent more than $15 billion on advertising and promotion. That's a 225% increase from 1998, and they have the audacity to declare they're trying to discourage smoking. This is not how corporations with a conscience behave. How in God's name are cigarettes even legal? Can anybody tell me that? They are a deadly concoction of carcinogens that damage every single organ in your body. Why do we not ban them? Because it's a free country. Because freedom of choice is an American ideal worth somebody dying every 6 seconds? How can any company, especially one with such a conscience no less, knowingly manufacture a product that poisons its users and make that product look cool and hip and sexy and fun so they can get children? How can any attorney defend a company that would do such a thing? And how can any society tolerate it? But we do. There is no conscience at Big Tobacco. There is no conscience in Washington, which has been bought and paid for by this industry. Conscience has to come from you, the jury. If real regulation is to happen, it has to come from you. People are smoking day after day after day and dying and dying and dying, and the tobacco companies keep getting richer and richer. Last year alone, they made $12 billion in profits. How can that be? How can that be?